Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Maybe that would help right there. I just want to pop in for a few minutes, talk about my Winnie Muhammad cartoon, and also remind you guys that I still have about a dozen copies of my Muhammad art book, meaning it's a collection of about over 100 Muhammad cartoons. Um, Let me show you. Let me show you here. You guys can get it at my store. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Mikey and Cigar Gangster? I guess this is just the way it's gonna be with this goddamn setup here. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, I guess when I put myself all on the screen, that's what happened, guys. Apologize. I don't know, man, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna say, well, I'm not cracked up for this. I'll stop. No, I'm gonna keep streaming. But I just want to mention, I do have the last few copies. I do want to move these actually. If you guys don't have this, I'll try to sell it to you here. I'll try to pitch it to you guys here. This is my Winning Muhammad cartoon. You might be aware of it. The cartoon is more well known than me. I will say that it's more well known than me. I've become the guy who drew the cartoon, the Muhammad cartoon that won the contest. That's what I've become. Anyway, so I got about a dozen copies of these. You can get them at boschfawson.com. I signed them, and here's my wedding Muhammad cartoon. And I basically took another crack at the idea, right, of talking to Muhammad, where he goes, "Please don't draw me drawing me." And I said, "It's everybody draw Muhammad Day," and I mean everybody. And I made Muhammad drawing a bad drawing of Muhammad. Anyway, so this book is about over 100 cartoons of Muhammad. And there was one thing that I did also, that I made 65 different drawings of Muhammad a while back. I offered people to do Muhammad on index card drawings, and this is all of them here in small form. I made it like a turban on Muhammad's head, and I made the words like a beard. And then in the preceding pages, you get to see all the drawings, the black and white drawings of the index cards, as you can see here. There's Allah on the bottom, who's like a cloud, and he's scaring the hell out of Muhammad, which was the case, supposedly, according to Islamic lore, fiction. Muhammad wanted to kill himself after because he thought he was going crazy. Here's, instead of Allahu Akbar, Allahu AK-47. Got the someone actually asked for that. I got Akbar, Muhammad at the Akbar. And this is Pigman shaving Muhammad. Huh. I thought that was funny. Pigman shaving Muhammad's beard. There's a few more here. Muhammad dancing like at a disco. As a devil, as Mohammed, from the Three Stooges. Muhammad, playing a guitar. It's fun stuff. So then a lot of it's in color though. And this is something I did for Liam actually years ago. Didn't quite work out in terms of the publishing, but it was fun. Here's Mohammed as a DJ. He has two Laugh Crew NWA there. I got a lot of color ones also. Lena Dunham as Lena Dunham Muhammad. Emoji. Anyway, I got a lot of cartoons here. You guys check it out, man. Check it out. I got Ho Mohammed. I said this was for the homosexual victims of the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida, who were slaughtered by a savage Muslim who took Islam seriously. Um, I got a whole load here. So it's about over 100 Muhammad cartoons, about 120 pages. I also have My Name is Bosch, I'm a recovered Muslim. I have an article in the book. Check it out, guys. Check it out. And the inside, front, and back cover is Muhammad with a peace sign, of course, with bloody fingers. That's front and back. It's a double page inside, front, back cover. Advertisements for my comics. This was, remember Kofif, the typo that Trump had, Kofif? This is, I turned it into something that Muhammad understood and was scared of. I thought that was funny. Here's Peanuts with emphasis on nuts. Muhammad as as a Charlie Brown type character. So yeah, guys, you can get those at boschfawson.com. I got that and also volume 2 as well. Check it out because it's about a dozen left each. Probably 10, I think, of this one. Maybe a dozen of the volume 2. Hey, Mikey, I had a laugh reading your Wikipedia page, Bosch. It made me laugh. They're written by SJWs. Probably. Probably. I haven't caught up with that, but that's funny stuff, man. Yeah, so I just wanted to put myself bigger on the screen to show the book off. And here's my breakdown because I did a trading card. I have this available as a trading card as well at my store, my Winning Muhammad cartoon. And on the back of the card, I got the cartoon, the winning cartoon on top. And on the back of the card, I have this, which is my breakdown of the events. As a jihadist massacred a dozen people at the offices of Charlie Hebdo for publishing Muhammad cartoons. In response, Muslims callously ran over their dead bodies and had a Defend the Prophet event in Garland, Texas. And in response to that, Pamela Geller and Robert Spencer announced a Muhammad cartoon contest where the winner would be announced at an event with Geert Wilders at the same location. He's a politician, probably the only honest politician about Islam on earth. It's not an exaggeration. He has distinguished himself as such. He gave actually members of parliament in the Netherlands 150 copies of Peaceful Death Threats, my book with all the peaceful death threats. Whether they read it or not, he just wanted to make a point. This is what happens when he criticizes Islam. You get thousands of death threats. And I wrote, I found out about the Muhammad cartoon contest and I decided to enter. I focused in my cartoon on why I drew Muhammad and I ended up winning the contest. As a bonus, 2 jihadists who came to mass murder us ended up getting their heads blown off. Think about that, guys. Think about I think it's awesome. I think I'm so proud to be part of the event. And on top of that, lucking out by getting this sharpshooting cop blowing their heads off before they can kill him and get to us. They did end up shooting a cop in the ankle, unfortunately. He ended up suing the FBI because the FBI knew that they were going to do that. Egged it on by some possible Muslim FBI agent, I'm assuming, because we can't get any word from them. But anyway, so it was an amazing thing to be part of. I was just looking now. I was in 2 documentaries about free speech. One called Silence and one called Can We Talk About This? The Can We Talk About This was a quote from the last words of Theo Van Gogh, Vincent Van Gogh's great-great-grandson. He made a movie called Submission with Ayaan Hirsi Ali about the mistreatment of women, the abuse of women in Islam. And he was reckless because he was a very public figure. Everyone knew him. Everyone knew where he would go on his bike rides and everything, to the point where it was easy to get him. You got to be smarter than that. If you can take to someone, you got to be smarter than that. I don't really telegraph where I'm going to be. There's an event at a certain point where I'm going to go there, and then after the fact, I might mention it, but never before. I just don't want the grief, the potential, danger. Um, but he was murdered, and while the guy was stabbing him after he shot him off his bike, goes over his bike, starts stabbing him. Theo Van Gogh says, Can't we talk about this? Can't we talk about this?" I did. I did, Art. I know it's ridiculous. I think it's when I go big screen, unfortunately. I don't know, man. I was trying to show off the book. And again, guys, anyone new coming in here, I see some more eyeballs on here than there were before. I do have about a dozen copies each of my Muhammad cartoons, Volume 1 and Volume 2 as well. And once I'm done, I'm done. I'm not going to, once it's over, this is WWMD, with emphasis on WMD. What would Muhammad do? That's what he would do right there on America. Nuke it. That's why the Islamic enemy cannot get nukes. I drew this with my middle finger after Obama sold us out to Iran. I got a number of these cartoons. I did this for a publication in, where was it? It was a Christmas card for the Free Press Society 2015. I put, "When the black flag of Islam goes white, turns white, peace on earth." As in, when the black flag of Islam goes white, it's a surrender flag, And then I also have this one here as well. Who was Charlie Hebdo? My point is this. It's not the individuals who wore their t-shirts and said, "Charlie Hebdo, Je suis Charlie." It wasn't those who put the pens up in the air. It was those who took the pens from the air, put them down on paper, and drew Muhammad. That's Charlie Hebdo. And you got to honor that. I said on the 1-year commemoration of the Charlie Hebdo massacre, I did this in 2016. I drew this Muhammad cartoon in January 2016, once again emphasizing the point that only those who draw Muhammad can truly say Je suis Charlie. I wrote this at the time to honor Charlie Hebdo. 1 year later, I don't raise my pen to the air and say Je suis Charlie. I put it to paper and draw Muhammad. So again, I got over 100 Muhammad cartoons in here, all different types. I got these Amazonians chasing Muhammad here. I got Muhammad as a zombie, which plays up to Ethan's thing where he's having nightmares being chased by zombie Muslims, which is hilarious. He blames it on me. I'll take it. I'll definitely take that. Here's Muhammad as a mime. Anyway, so you guys, if you haven't gotten this, I do recommend getting it. I'd love you to get it. And check it out. I got Muhammad the Barbarian. Gave him a very flabby body. Walter White as Muhammad. I got the Cookie Monster turned Bacon Monster, which is Muhammad. I thought that was funny. I got a whole load here, guys. So it's I got Heath Ledger's Joker as Muhammad, watching the world burn. Some men just want to watch the world burn. I got Muhammad being punched by Pigman. So yeah, guys, this is available on my store. Probably 4 or 5 posts up from the top. Check it out. My Muhammad Cartoons Volume 1 and 2. I'd like to move them. Get ready for, my Pigman boxes that I'm going to get by next month. And just clear the room, really. So yeah, I just wanted to read that and show you the William Muhammad cartoon. Some people forget. They don't know about it, actually, some people. They always get a little surprised when I tell them the details still, which is always surprises me because, again, this cartoon is more well-known than me. I have ended up being, the guy who drew the William Muhammad cartoon. That's my name to some people. I think it's funny, but hey, I'll take it because this thing is, to me, is... I'm proud to be known for it. Proud that it led to the killing of two savages who came to mass murder us. I mean, that is a hell of a thing. That is a hell of a thing, guys. Hell of a thing. Okay. So thanks for mentioning, guys. I was muted. Again, when I go full screen, I'm muted. I don't know what to do. It seems like every time they do updates, which is often, it seems to rattle the system here. Okay. Okay, I had Art says, did Mosh start muted again? I don't even want to look at his wiki. So much potential ruined by leftist garbage website. Yeah, I mean, it's Mikey. Some of the stuff I don't know. The first time I saw it, it was pretty damn clear, pretty good. The Wikipedia, my Wikipedia page, pretty direct and simple and factual. Believe it or not, some things they're guessing at, some things are a little wrong, but overall, the gist pretty good. At least when I first read it. Now I don't know. You're telling me it looks like they jacked it up. It's very possible. Very possible. Art says, Bosch, did you see that British girl that got arrested for defending her little sister from some Muslim pervert? Oh my! It wasn't the one with the knife and the axe. Guys, think about this, okay? Whatever the situation is with that family, with that girl, with her brothers and sisters and mother or father, whatever it is, that's the worst thing possible that she can do for this and this alone. I applaud her for her guts. She's clearly sick of this shit. Getting harassed by these savages. Fucking savages. Because that guy can take them and use them against her like that. That's the problem. That's the problem with knives as a tool of self-defense. It can be taken over like that by someone bigger and stronger. So I applaud her for her balls, big time. But it's dangerous as hell for her and her sister. And where the fuck are the authorities? Where is her father or brothers or friends? Where are they? The state has betrayed them. We know that. The state has betrayed them. Has to be some decent people there to make sure that she's protected, though. You know, when they say protect him, protect her at all costs, protect these girls at all costs. Protect the vulnerable at all costs. You know, they've unleashed hell on their citizens in the UK. And they're trying to do that here. And even recently, you got some fucking reason you got the Gazans coming into America. Why? Well, they're children, and then you got that dumb bitch, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, the children, fuck you. Don't invoke the children like Nancy Pelosi does and others do. She's a retard also. MTG. She has a new book coming out. It's called MTG. It's all about her. It's not about America. It's not about freedom. It's about her. I imagine she's going to leave out the fact that she banged two guys behind her husband's back, destroyed her marriage and family. I think she'll probably leave that out of her book, MTG. Anyway, this dumb bitch was advocating for bringing in Gazans here. Why? Because she hates Jews. And therefore, it's okay if we bring in Gazans. No, no fucking Gazans. None. Zero. None. Out. It's horrific, Art. Hail, Jimmy. Hail, John. How's it going, guys? Mikey says, that'll be a great Christmas story. The flag turning white and ending jihad. Yes. Hill, Transylvanian Jack. How's it going, man? Lux, hello. Howdy, Hamilton. Okay. See, I didn't get into the full details of it. Yes, the authorities arrested her. They're protecting the purse. Britain needs a revolution. It does. Nothing short than that. We'll save it. I was asked on the Kings by one of, it was a super chat, asking about, Bosch, do you think it's over for the UK? I say it's never over. The people can save themselves and their country. They can absolutely do that. There's no, once you believe it's over, it's over. Like people tell me sometimes even, and these are adults who sold out. Free speech is over, man. It's like, for you it is. Not for me. I wouldn't draw Muhammad if I thought that, it's over free speech. You're over. You're over. Yep. Transylvania Jacks, the terrorists recruit young boys, oldest trick in their book, yep. And it's interesting you mentioned that because when the Turks took over Albania, the country of my parents, over 500 years ago, they converted, they forced converted Albania. They went after the young, healthiest looking boys, the ones who looked strongest. And what they do, they took them in, they forced them to fight the jihads to maintain order in the Islamic world. And one of them was called Skender Bey. And the legend is that he was taken by them very young, so he forgot his history. And then someone informed him that he was taken by these people away from his homeland of Albania, and that maybe they can fight him off. So he actually went back to Albania, Skender Bey, and fought off the jihads for 25 years, kept Albania more or less Islam-free for 25 years. And when he died, the resistance died. And it's interesting to me that my parents had a Quran in the house, which was in Arabic, which I couldn't read. And they had a drawing of the legend of Skender Bey. And when I found out about the history of Skender Bey, I was like, wait a minute. This guy fought the jihads. He fought, and they were Muslim, my parents, so, okay, they're celebrating him. He rejected the forced conversions, fought off the jihadists for 25 years. It's crazy to me that they would do that. Hamilton Berger says the country that created castle doctrine is now undermining castle doctrine lest any minorities get offended. I mean, the way they have collapsed, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, and it makes sense that a guy like Tom Robinson is being vilified to the extent that he is. I hope he can survive, first of all, and fight back. And whether he ends up being the leader, because I would, if I was a Brit, I would vote for him. But he might not be able to get that to that point. He might not be able to. But let's just say if he is, that's what they need. They need a guy who's, and one thing about Tom Robinson, he's smart. He has that accent, the very, street accent. He sounds a little different than, let's just say, Douglas Murray, who's very posh, who's also great about this stuff. I mean, he's very honest about these things, even though he had a little trip over the years in Islamism and all that bullshit, but I haven't heard him use that in a while. So maybe he's back to be good about it. The point is that Britain needs a hard ass. They need a bulldog to get themselves out of this fire that they put on themselves, really. Speaking of fire, there's one drawn. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can do it here. I think I could do it here. Give me 1 second, guys. It's doing that thing again. But give me 1 second, guys. Let me just see something here quick. See if I can find it. Because it was an image that really, it put it in very simple, direct words to me what the situation is. By the way, I just saw, again, Terrence Stamp, the actor, the great actor from the Brit actor who played Zod. He died last week, and I rewatched The Limey, which is a great crime movie. Great movie. Great performance. Check it out if you haven't. The Limey. It's fantastic. Let me try to find this thing and then let it show you, and we'll go from there. Give me 1 second. It's not coming up here. Huh. Anyway, it's called Throw Them Into the Fire They Started. An image of Pigman, and with the letters in black, like in toasted, Throw them into the fire they started. That's what you got to do, with these guys. They want war? Okay. You will get war. You want war? You will get war. And also, it's at the top of my store as well. It's expensive. It's $500, but I have 3 out of 20 left of me redrawing my Winnie Muhammad cartoon, where I redraw it, sign and number it. It's $500. It's expensive, but again, I could have died at the event. This cartoon could have been the end of me. So I think that's not too much to ask for. I've sold 17, and I got three left, guys. So it's 3, 2, 1. Whoever gets it, today, if you want to order, it'll be 3 out of 20, Bosch Fawston, and so on, and it'll be 1 out of 20. So you guys can get that if you want to have an original drawing by me. It's 14 by 17, almost a replica of the original, but of course a little different. I mean, I'm gonna tweak some things. Now I add a little more hair on his back, on his shoulders. I guess Eric July style, and a little more dirty dots on the rags that he wears. I remember someone mentioned once. They asked me. It was an interesting question. They said, that looks like Terry Austin inks right there. I didn't think of it at the time, and I use a brush. I always use a brush to draw the original. Well, to ink the original, at least the Muhammad part. Um, and I know that Terry Austin used one of those dip pens, but there is something about it, like the Wolverine style, maybe from the Byrne X-Men, maybe. I didn't really think about it, but I guess I can see it. I guess I can see it. And here it is. Here is the thing that, a lot of ways, I mean, it was the most famous cartoon I've ever done, the most famous, well-known drawing I've ever done, the most impactful one, no doubt about it. Whatever I've drawn, this is the most impact. I mean, it became an international news story. I remember I had cousins in Sweden. They said, "Bob up," quote unquote. I didn't know what they meant at the time, but they meant like I finally arrived, made it. Um, hey, Darren. Did Muhammad, Darren Wagner, did Muhammad have any distinguishing facial features? Seems to me you could literally draw any bearded Middle Easterner and call him Muhammad, and they get to. That's a point. And of course, Muslims being idiots, they tell me, hey, you don't even know how he looked. They're coping because they're like, fuck, and they try to undermine, like, try to mock in their own stupid way. The ones who can at least speak broken English, at least. It's like, okay, so then if I didn't know how he looked like, and I'm not really drawing him, why you want me dead? The logic. I've known, irrational people, communists, leftists, and all that. Nobody is more rational than Muslims. Nobody. They will deny the Holocaust, celebrate the Holocaust, love Hitler over something that allegedly didn't happen, and then threaten a new one and think they're being consistent logically. It is the most irrationally emotional religion, um, bottom of the barrel, really. And it destroys the humanity of anyone who observes it. And in terms of Muhammad, I don't know. The word is that he was a white guy. He was not dark. Um, that's according to, I guess, Islamic texts. I just draw him with a Hitler mustache and looking mean. And with a horned turban, like a devil. I didn't want to make him with the average turban. I said, let me horn it up a little. Let me make it to a devil style. He got the horned sword also, if you notice. So yeah, I gave him a Hitler mustache to connect him with, Hitler, because Muslims love Hitler. They love him. They will lie about it, pretend that they hate him. They love Hitler. They love the National Socialists, Nazis. Why? Because they killed more Muslims than anyone. In World War II, you got the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, an uncle supposedly of Yasser Arafat, and he tried to expedite the Holocaust because he thought that the Germans were being too lazy. Meaning, you got to kill them all. Come on. What are you waiting for? They're still alive, And he had a little pull there because supposedly he had some. Who was it? who was it? It was someone who brought him there, and he met with Hitler. Um, the Muslim Brotherhood members, Hassan al-Banna and others, used to write him basically love letters, and there was a, between Hitler and them, there was a real attraction. Evil loves evil, loves. And Hitler called Islam a masculine religion, a muscular religion. So it's all connected. And that's why when you have these rat fucks like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and others blowing Islam now, blowing it. That piece of shit Tucker was actually talking up Sharia law the other day. And Nathan Livingston from Milk Bar TV, check his account out. He's doing yeoman's work about this stuff. It really is exposing Andrew Tate and Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, all these rats. And he has 2017 Tucker and 2025 Tucker. We're talking about a different person. We're talking about a guy who understood the Islamic threat. And nothing changed. It's just that he sold out. Meaning Islam, nothing's changed about Islam. He sold out. And now he's laughing off Sharia law and actually saying that the UAE, and I think even Dubai, and I think, what's the one? His paymasters in Qatar, they have no rape. There's no, what happens in Muslim countries? They don't report rape, not in their records, and the women don't report it when they get raped. And if they do report it, you know what happens to the women? They get raped by who? By the authorities. Because it's a crime to have sex. Doesn't matter how it happened. It's a crime to have sex out of marriage, especially, you got these younger girls there. And this savage, Tucker Carlson, a piece of shit, who has never been the same ever since he said, at least, he claimed that he was assaulted by some demon. Assaulted by a demon. And he only has guests on his show now who talk up Hitler. One of his recent guests, Darryl Cooper, said something along the lines of, he tried to vilify Churchill and say that Hitler accidentally caused the Holocaust. That's evil. That's a lie. It's propaganda. And then his most recent one, I forgot his name, but he said something along the lines of, maybe we should have worked with Hitler. Maybe we should have sided with Hitler instead of Stalin. Fact is, Patton wanted to go, and he lied about Patton. That's a Patton quote. It's not a Patton quote. Patton wanted to take them both out, Hitler and Stalin. Patton was an American patriot. He goes, while we're here, let's take out the Soviets as well. And the gutless turds in Washington said no. Anyway, got some really bad actors on the right now. And whatever anyone says, they're right-wing, whatever. Tucker has gone left and left and left, and as has Candace Owens, as has all the other rats. They've gone left. Megyn Kelly's pulling the same shit right now also. You want Gazans in America? That's a leftist position. You want to blow Islam? That's a leftist position. You want to trash the Trump administration for doing the good stuff they're doing? That's a leftist position. So all about this right, the right's turning left. It's like they're left. There's no woke right. Woke means left. There's no left right. It's left, is what it is. Anti-American, pro-Islam. That's leftists. So yeah, Darren, I draw Mohammad. I draw him usually with the Hitler mustache, the horn turbans, the sharp brows, and also the prayer scar, the prayer scar that I give him here, which is something that Muslims do to try to show off to their fellow Muslims that they're harder prayers than others. Like, I pray harder than you, huh? They're like flexing. They're flexing their belief. Such a physical religion. Anti-spiritual, really, in a lot of ways. Even the afterlife, right? If you want to call it that, even the heaven, paradise, is a physical thing. To bang all these 72, virgins. It's very physical. It's a religion that a retard would found. Yeah, so Darren, it doesn't matter if I draw a dot on a piece of paper and say that's Mohammed. They'll try to kill me. It doesn't matter how you draw him. It's a fact that you say you draw him. If it's a blank piece of paper, here's an invisible ink in here, and you can't see it, but I drew Mohammed. They'll still try to kill you. So again, I know people have said, well, why don't you draw Muhammad this way or that way? It's like, it doesn't matter how I draw him. It doesn't matter if I draw him in a heroic way, even though some Muslims might like it, but still try to kill me over it. Um, Art says that's literally it, Darren. I could draw a stick figure and say it's Muhammad, and they would call up for my death, 100%. Jimmy the Lumberjack, Lalami was a great movie. It really was, Jimmy. So really well done, well acted, and Soderbergh just kicked ass with that, man. The thing that he chose to do, I don't know if maybe it was done before in movies, I don't know, but going back in time in the future, you know, during the movie, right? You have voiceovers of certain scenes that are happening live, and then he goes back in the plane that he's coming to America, the same similar image, and he goes into the future of what's coming as some voiceovers are happening. Incredibly done, really, really well done. And Terrence Stamp was just phenomenal, phenomenal. And there was one scene. Um, if you haven't seen it, I would recommend seeing it. And if you don't want to be spoiled here, I don't know if it's too much of a spoiler, but it's just to let you know how good it was. I probably mentioned it recently also. There's a scene where he goes into a warehouse or something, Air July place, right? Anyway, he goes to some place and he's asking around to find out about his daughter, and they put the hurt on him. They kick his ass and throw him out and laugh about it and give themselves high fives, right? He goes back in the building now. The camera's here and they're coming out. It's just set in one place, the camera. It's set here. The guys are coming out, bringing him out, throw him to the ground and start laughing and high five, right? And the camera's in the same position for minutes upon minutes. He gets back up and he goes back in that warehouse place, right? It's all black in there. You can't see anything. And you hear boom, 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 gunshots and light, little flash of light. And then one guy running out, the last survivor. Just a hell of a scene. Similar to, I got a book on, one second. Sidney Lumet, a great director. The Verdict with Paul Newman. He's out there. There's a camera above a building looking down. Great movie, by the way. Paul Newman should have got the Oscar. Robbed. Big time robbed. Cameras on a building looking down. Newman's walking. His friend in the movie knows some information about someone. Information that you don't want to hear, but that he has to. And you caught a glimpse of what that is earlier. The viewer knew what was happening. He knew the information, so they don't have to repeat it again. So it's just a camera overhead and these small, the figures of Newman and his friend. And you know that his friend is relaying to him what just happened. And Newman goes off in a huff. Not a word, nothing. Brilliant. These are brilliant things that a director can do. And Soderbergh and Lumet just kicked ass with that. I love that stuff. Absolutely love it. Mikey says, I was lucky enough to find a copy of Propaganda Reasonable on eBay. I couldn't wait for Pigman 1. I wanted his first appearance. LOL. Absolutely, man. Great. I know that on Amazon and eBay, they try to sell for thousands at some point. Thousands of dollars. That's crazy. I wouldn't pay for that. And I don't even know if anyone bought it, but they try to sell it for thousands. I guess they were counting on the fact that I'll be killed at some point. But do keep in mind, guys, if I am eventually taken out by these guys, I think your stuff might be worth a little more. The original drawings, at least. Maybe some of the books as well. There is that. That's funny. Thanks for getting it, Mikey. Yeah, it has. That's basically it was something that I was working on as I was studying Islam and getting my story right. Again, I wrote out a Bible, quote unquote, of the infidel Pigman, which was 1,000 pages. And it was just all these random thoughts and ideas and things that made the cut and didn't make the cut and so on. As I was doing that and studying Islam and reading all dozens and dozens of books and thousands of articles, literally, I wanted to keep myself also visually engaged while I was doing that, because I didn't want to just completely just focus on the writing of it and the study at the expense of drawing. So I said, okay, in the meantime, let me draw some stuff and let me put it on my blog. So I did it for a number of years. And then I collected all those drawings and put them in the propaganda. And some of them, you could see early visual ideas of what ended up as story, moments in Pigman. So there is that. He's drawn a little differently at times. You could tell there was evolution there. But I got the brothers in there. I got the twins. I have Super Jihad. I have my first Mohammad drawing in there as well. So not only is it my first print appearance of Pigman, it was available as part of my campaign as well, my Pigman campaign on for my comic. Um, and after I fulfill, I will make it available again on my website. But I just want to give it to those who were part of the campaign at first. I want to honor them because they chose to get alongside the Pigman comic, which is really cool. And I sold a good number of copies of Table of One as well. But what was I going to say about Prop Pig and something? I forgot, guys. Anyway, if you guys get a chance, also try to check out those two movies I was in, the documentaries about free speech. Silenced, Mike Cernovich did it, and I'm of two minds about him. He's good at times and really stupid at times, retarded. I don't get where he's coming from at times. It's very strange. He has some value though, and that thing was Dershowitz was in there. I was in there. Anthony Cumie was in there. Gavin McGinnis was in there. A lot of people. Scott Adams was in there, and a number of people about free speech. That was a whole thing about it. Silenced. And then I was also in that other one. Can't we talk about this? Which I mentioned earlier on. Um, Art said, I kept watching the fantasy anime with the obviously Muslim inspired people. It's interesting how the author is handling it. He's clearly critiquing the culture but trying to play it safe. Where is this? If you could message me on X or something, Art. Kept watching the fantasy anime with the obviously Muslim inspired people. It's interesting how the author is handling it. He's clearly critiquing the culture but trying to play it safe. That's the thing, when it comes to this, I did not want to go metaphor in a time of war. I didn't want to go to try to suggest that these are Muslims and there's something else going on in Pigman. No, I just wanted to go to the black and white truth of it all. Take on this enemy. It's over 1,000 years old. So I didn't want to play games with that idea. I know we can do that in other ways, but in the middle of a jihad on civilization, I figure these rats got to get it by name. By name. Hamilton says, don't forget that modern jihadis will also claim that Israel are Nazis to justify the violence against Jews. Absolutely right. They don't believe it. They love National Socialists. They love Hitler, but they will call them Nazis as well. It's such again, the illogical game, but they have no consistency, no logic, no standards, really, no moral standards. And a part of it all is this, that they and the communists and the Muslims want to obliterate all values, all reason, all logic. They want to obliterate moral standards. Why? If they can obliterate actual good people and good ideas and philosophies and morality, then they can uphold themselves as a definition of morality. They can uphold themselves as a definition of what is good on this earth. So they want to obliterate all other ideas, belief systems, philosophies, moral philosophies, any moral standards, obliterate them, and then they can be perceived in this dark, incredibly dark world as the moral standard on earth. That's both the communists and the Muslims. Both of them are engaged with that. Nothing less than that. They want to obliterate. Of course, they want to kill, but they want to also kill any competitive ideas about what is truth, what is real, what is good. And therefore, they can have, quote unquote, my truth, our truth. They're going to be fought tooth and nail. And this is how I'm doing it. Um, Mikey says that makes sense. Evil, recognize evil, absolutely. Um, and the Nazis, the National Socialists would work with Muslims as the communists do. In the end, though, it is either or. Um, the communists did not survive the Iranian Revolution in Iran. They did not survive it. They thought they would. They thought they can coexist. You can't. Once the Iranian Revolution took over, there was no communism in Iran. The communists either converted to Islam, were killed, or imprisoned. The communist movement was dead. And of course, the left rat fucks. They celebrated, what's her name? Sanjap. I forgot her name. I don't buy it. About the Iranian communist, right? Of course, they praised her. So you're part of evil also. You're part of evil also. But they celebrated her and her badly drawn comics. Probably badly written as well, but she was writing on behalf of, and she was trying to make the communists as victims. It's like, yeah, but if you guys had the edge, like in China, they run roughshod over Muslims because they're the ones in power. Iran, the same thing with the communists. The Muslims, they'll work together because they're evil. They will work together against America and others. But then, of course, when push comes to shove, one wants to take out the other. It's the same thing with this. And this is a good, I think, connection that I made over the years because leftists have been trying to, again, shove the National Socialists, the leftists, Nazis, onto the right for decades. And now people think, well, look what Tucker's doing. He's actually proving them right. No, Tucker's went left. Tucker's gone left. He's not gone right. He's gone left. So that piece of shit has done that. But the point is that when communists, right, the one out of all the cartoons that I do that seem to piss off people, Muhammad cartoons, Muslims, the one that kills leftists, two of them that kills leftists is the one where I say a leftist punching a Nazi, right? It's someone punching himself. They get incensed. They lose their shit because it's true. And also the one cartoon of mine, Kabi Nazis, about the fact that in the end, these are all the same shit, the same base. The fascists, the socialists, the National Socialists, the communists. And it is akin to the Sunnis and the Shiite Muslims. That's what it is. And that to me was a revelation to myself even. I was like, that's a perfect analogy because they're brothers and sisters, right? And they will kill each other to prove that they're the real deal. We're the real deal and so on, right? Same thing with the communists and the National Socialists. We're the real socialists. We're the real socialists. And the idea that they kill each other, yeah, like the Sunnis and Shiites. They're Muslims, but they kill each other. But when it comes to us, they'll work together. And the Soviets and the National Socialists worked together in World War II as well, until they didn't. People try to forget the fact that they were allies. They were. But again, they're in the way also. Hitler wanted National Socialism to be the shit. Stalin wanted, his form. And therefore, in the end, they're in the way of each other. So, Jimmy the Lumberjack says, you draw the eyes of Muhammad with a hateful, beautiful hate. Thanks, man. Yeah. It's not a high quality file here. Let me see if I can do this and pull it up here and then see if it comes out. No, it doesn't really do that. No, it doesn't matter, unfortunately. But yeah, it's, you can't draw me. That's why I draw you. That hit me because I knew I would enter the contest. I was drawing Muhammad for free anyway, so as I said, for all this grief I get, might as well get paid for it. $12,500 that day. I sold the original for $10,000, and then I got 3 more drawings of this, original drawings, redrawings of this, recreations of this available on my website. And I also have my Muhammad Cartoons Volume 1, my Muhammad Cartoons Volume 2. I'm down to about a dozen copies each. Get them, guys, because it's after that, that's it. Again, I have at least 4 books out of print now, at least 4. Um, and then it'll be 6. Okay. Darren Wagner says that reminds me of how the American left loves foreign dictators like Hugo Chavez. Yeah, of course. And guys, you know what? I'm told this as well by even some right wingers, right? Guys, in this world we have dictatorships, right? We have communist dictatorships and Muslim dictatorships. Whatever you hear, oh, there are right wing dictatorships. Where are they? Christian dictatorships. Where are they? Where are they? The dumb fuck Tucker Carlson, a piece of shit, said, what was it? The country, it's a friend of his. What country is it? In South America. He goes, he's a right wing, authoritarian. Now, not the National Social, not like the right wing Hitler. Like Hitler's not right wing. That's how left wing Tucker is. That he can't recognize the fact that Hitler was a totalitarian leftist, a socialist, a collectivist. He was, collectivism, racism is collectivism. Collectivism is on the left. That's leftism. It's not on the right. Right is about liberty, individual rights, individual freedom. And people say, well, that's far right is anarchy. No, it's not. Anarchy is a twisted form. It's something that's not, it's irrational, first of all. No cops? No. No government? That's retarded. Government, ideally, is a necessary good if you can keep it under control. Our founders understood that. They understood that we need the right to defend ourselves against a potentially totalitarian government. That's why the Second Amendment is so precious to us, as is the first. Mikey says YouTube won't let me type a attack that Islam did cause it's so hard, but they demonetize you for going after them. Yes, they did, and also Google knocked out my last 2 YouTube accounts, unfortunately. So I got this one. I got some good eyeballs on X, but there's no real engagement on X. It's all on YouTube, which is, hey, it's a smaller number, but at least you guys are engaged, so I do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Hamilton Berger says, keep in mind that Tucker Carlson worked for MSNBC and CNN before. Get it? Absolutely. I remind people that he was always willing to play whatever tune his paymaster wanted, 100%. That whore, the media whore of media whores, like Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan will go left, right, any which way. He's a whore. He'll like, what position you want me in? Huh? Bend over? Okay, I'll do it. The same thing. Tucker Carlson is Piers Morgan. They're soulless twins, That whore worked for you're right, for CNN, for MSNBC, and then when he was more left when he was there, more right on Fox. Now he's really left, and he's getting paid by Muslims, so therefore he loves Islam now. And it's disingenuous, but also it's evil. It's not like I'm not going to just say, well, he's just doing it for clicks. No, he's doing it because he chose evil. And Megyn Kelly is also treading right there. She's having on these scumbags like Greenwald and Mate and others, and MTG and Tucker. And when Tucker tells her, Israel called me. Israel called you? And knock it off. I told, or he said, I think I called Israel. You called Israel. You called the country. There's one phone for Israel, right? You called the country. Knock it off. Knock off what? Knock off the fact that you've been made it your job to be a one-man wrecking ball for Israel and its reputation and everything. With your big platform, you're trying to destroy it. You called Israel. Israel has one phone number. Retarded. Yes, I agree with that, Mr. Solomon. Cerno, Mike Cernovich is all over the place so he can go back months later and say, I told you so, 100%. That bitch goes so far left, right. He even said something a few years ago. Besides the fact that he admitted that he banged a trans and he blew a trans, which was a tiny little dick. It's fucking sick. But it's on his old blog and there's screenshots of it, and I shared it in his face when he got a little retarded. But then he writes something pretty good. It's like, okay, but there's no moral base there. There's no anchor there. He's all over the place, as you say, Mr. Solomon. But I was happy to be part of that movie. Despite that, he said something a few years ago that Islam is the answer. A moderated form of Islam will be the answer. That's morally repugnant and retarded, because there is no moderate form of Islam. First of all, it's the true believers and the religion, which is evil, and then you have the passive hacks who don't give a shit about it. But what dominates that? The passive hacks in Islamic dictatorships, or the true believers? The true believers. The passive hacks have no power. Nothing. So, meaning if you have a country that's Muslim, the most consistent practitioners will take over. They will take over. Mr. Solomon says, Lumet also did 12 Angry Men and Network, among other classics. That guy was, I read his book also on the directing, because I did limit myself to only books on writing comics, because they're not that many and they're not that good. So I read books on screenwriting, thinking that might help me, because it's a visual medium also. A screenwriter is trying to make a visual form of his stories. So that did help. And Lumet wrote one on directing as well, and I read that one as well. He's a great director, great writer too. Yeah, 12 Angry Men and Network. Network is a classic, man. I own that movie. Projecting a lot of stuff that's going on today. The embrace of terrorists as celebrities. Sanctioning them, really. The old guard and the new guard meeting, clashing in that movie, turning into, the sex affair between William Holden's character and Faye Dunaway, and so damn well done. And Ned Beatty in that one part where he tries to shake the guy who said, I'm mad as hell and I won't take it anymore, Funny stuff, man. Great satire. And so damn well done. Mike TV Dub, hey, he laughs just like PTP. That's right. That piece of shit, Tucker Carlson. And again, guys, he was a critic of Sharia law and Islam a number of years ago, not that long ago. And now he's soft on it and laughing at those who would call it evil. He goes, yeah, Sharia law. I can't even do it. Sick. Mr. Solomon said, George Lincoln Rockwell's American Nazis had free reign and protection in Elijah Muhammad's Nation of Islam neighborhoods. You got to maybe fill me in on that, Mr. Solomon, because it sounds a little familiar, but interesting. George Lincoln's Rockwell's American Nazis had free reign and protection. Okay, yes. Yes, and I think also, didn't, what's his name? Malcolm X said something along those lines as well, where they had, and Louis Farrakhan as well, where they can break bread, Race be damned when it comes to Jew hate. That's the idea. Even though they're racists, race be damned when it comes to that. Both of them are racist, but it's like, fuck, you guys hate Jews also? I love that you hate Jews, So they banged each other, ideologically. Maybe physically as well. They are depraved. Jimmy Lumberjack says, funny, I never heard PTP laugh. Lately been hearing him bitch and moan. He has this shitty little laugh that Ethan was EFAPing one of his videos the old day. Salute. Bretsky the Great. No, Hamilton, not Millet or Pinochet. A current one that Tucker is friends with, and Tucker was trying to suggest that he is a right wing dictator, and he goes, but not the Nazi kind. It's like, again, that dumb fuck. Or he's so corrupt that he wants to cover up the fact that Hitler was a socialist. You know, um, Art Haida sent you the name of the show. It's typical anime. Magic, pretty girls all falling for the lead, etc. Some of the jokes about totally not Islamic culture are funny though. Okay, thanks, man. Luke Rogan Buck. How do you feel about Nick Fuentes? He's a piece of shit. A little fruit, really. A little snake who will say anything for effect. Anything. Rah rah Trump, rah rah Kamala. Um, I hate blacks. Kanye, let's go for president. You know, a real whore who will say anything for effect. And also, I believe he's a plant. I believe he is. If you guys remember, he was loud on January 6th. Loud, blowhorn, or whatever you call that. Loud, not arrested. Why not? 1,500 people were arrested. Why not him? Loud as hell. I think I know why. I think he's involved. I think he is the new Richard Spencer, because they got rid of Richard Spencer after he voted for Biden in 2020. They was like, ah, shit. We've been trying to sell this guy hard. Let's get this young punk. Let's push him as some kind of movement. He's not. He's a piece of shit, worthless, and a fruit on top of that. He actually says having sex with women is gay. That's gay. So Art says there's one where someone has to explain to a prince that in their culture women have free will like men and can choose who to marry. He responds, why did no one inform me of this? Interesting, man. I wonder if that is the case that the guy's trying to do that. Mikey says, I like how you drop truth on Anthony on Kings about Candace Owens. Yeah, Mikey, I just, I know some of the guys still have soft spots for these people who they liked at some point. I don't think they've kept up with them. She's a vile piece of shit who lies, and she did. I think even Vasilis tried to say that no, she doubled down. She didn't double down about Bridget Macron. Once she was sued, she wrote, yeah, bring it on, and then within a few weeks, she was changing her language. Let me just say that she's changing it now. She's not as gung ho as she was. She's not. So thanks, Mikey. Yeah, I like Anthony. I like the Kings. We're going to disagree about certain things. Um, I just think that I keep myself as informed as I can about these things. I'm not sure if everyone does. To be blunt, I'm just not. Um, we can disagree, but is that disagreement based on knowledge? Is the question, or is it based on ignorance in some ways? It's very possible. I've learned that, along the years. Like when people try to debate me on Islam, it's like you haven't studied it. I can tell. Why the fuck would I waste my time with you? I know you don't. I gain nothing from it. I'm not here just to school people just for the hell of it. Um, I'm not. Um, Justin Rosenick, genius. I don't know what you're referring to. Um, Miss Solomon, yes, the Jew hate brought the white supremacists and black supremacists together. Yes. Yep. Pretty grotesque, man. But that's, again, Jew hate goes a long way with these rats. They will look over anything. Muslims and National Socialists, right? They disagree on a lot of things. But like, yeah, but you guys hate Jews, so we can work together. Mikey says PTP's one of the assholes that calls Katie a dog fucker. You can fuck off forever. And the way he did it also, nasty fuck. Just a nasty fuck. Katie's a sweetheart. Katie's an absolute, a great addition to Comics 8. And the way she promotes and defends, she let the Wheelers have it in a way that I don't think I would have let them have it. Um, when they try to knock me off of uh, from my comic and Stripe. They tried to basically remove Pigman from me from getting paid. That's evil. That's evil, and that's not. Again, they're on the right. They're just like left. They're leftists. That's leftist tactics, and the way I see it, they are leftists. They're dishonest. They're vindictive. They are not individualists. They are collectivists. They called me racist for my work, the Wheelers. For you want to kill all Muslims. First of all, that's stupid. That's a lie. Pigman goes after Muslims who murder, the jihadists. But besides that, that's leftist tactics. Calling a racist for Pigman. That's not right. Right is, about ideas. And Luke Rogenbach says, good to hear. I guess you mean about my take on that piece of shit Nick Fuentes? I drew him as Hitler also. I said, because he had a mustache. I said, bitch, shave it down to size. Why not? That's your boy, right? Shave it down to size. Hamilton Berger says, Farrakhan and Tucker Carlson, anti-Semites love their gay little bow ties. Absolutely. It's true. That's hilarious. Looking back, I mean, I guess he can start wearing them now. It makes more sense, doesn't it, Hamilton? Tucker, fucker Carlson. Absolutely, Nick Fuentes. He is the new Rich Spencer. And again, they had to get rid of Richard Spencer because do you remember, guys, a number of years ago that the leftist media tried to make Richard Spencer famous. They never quite were able to do it. The guy was just an idiot, really. And then, of course, unfortunately, some of the right tried to sympathize with him because he got punched by some piece of shit. It's a bad thing. Yeah, he shouldn't do that. But it's like the guy's evil. And it's like, not that I would like that to happen to anyone just because they're ideas, but don't try to make it out to be more than it is, meaning have sympathy for that one act. That's it. Don't give him any credence whatsoever. So they tried to make him famous, and it didn't work. And then when he came out against Trump and for Biden, out. We haven't seen or heard from him since. In 5 years, nothing. So they needed a new version of that to push on the right. That's the right. He's the right. No, he's a piece of shit leftist. Talks up AOC. Nick Fuentes talks up AOC, talks up Kamala. All over the place like a fruit. He'll go any which way. He'll blow any which way. Like a leaf in the wind. And when I say blow, that's an operative term because that guy is fruity as hell. Art says, Hamilton, talk about a downgrade. I'd feel bad for the white supremacists if they weren't insufferable imbeciles. That's hilarious. DJ Grave Mix, hey, Candace Owens was an SJW before she claimed, yes, she was. She had a site called Social Autopsy for doxing her critics. 100%. Can't fathom how anyone on the right fell for. And I blame the dumb fucks at the Daily Wire, like Ben Shapiro and the other guys, because they played the game, the evil, rotten game, post George Floyd, 2020, right? The Summer of Love. The dumb fucks, at the end of that summer, they signed her. Not by accident, guys. They were getting in on it. Right? Giving certain blacks, undue positions because they're black. She sucked. There was something very phony about her. Something very also, the over enunciation of words when she speaks is so fake and phony. She's trying to cover up something. I think she's trying to cover up maybe some ghetto stuff in her. It's possible. I've seen some blacks do that sometimes, and it's really annoying. And if you notice also, like every July, when he speaks a little more freely, when he's pissed, he starts talking, yo, all that shit. And when he tries to speak a little more, it's phony. They're trying to control their language in a way that trying to manipulate others, in other words. And that's what she's always on. She's trying to manipulate her viewers and yapping away really a mile a minute. Maybe she'll learn that from Ben Shapiro, who's, a motor mouth. But though they fucked up because they got her again at the end of 2020. It was, I think, at the fall of 2020 is when they hired her. And if you guys remember, the promotion for her when they hired her was embarrassing as hell. They had this like they tried to sell her like a model. She's not that good looking at all. She's not a model. And she was walking, slow motion with something like what was it, a scarf flowing in the wind and going to her table. And I was like, ugh, that was gross. Um, Vanio Al Newell. I have no clue why this is on my FYP. Yours, whatever that means, I don't know, but then get out of here. I don't know why you're here. Why are you commenting? Just ignore it. Art says, hi, Vanio. Here we talk comic books, politics, Islam, and make politically incorrect jokes. Enjoy your stay. That's a very nice way to put it, Art. I just take, because when people say, why is this on my feed? Get off, man. Get off my stuff. Don't comment. Mikey, yes, Daily Wire is retarded. Thank God EBS wouldn't sell comics here to him. I wouldn't be here. 100%. And again, guys, we have to appreciate that from Ethan, because someone with less metal would have done it quick. He understands the value of it. He understands his own company and the trademark. He understands the value of it. And it has to be independent. It cannot be dictated to. It can't be. You have to have this group of individualists doing their own thing under the umbrella of that, and cannot have it be dictated by these suits. Can't have that. Absolutely not. Art says, I always distrusted Candace. It was even more obvious when she started being less subtle in retconning her past. At some point, she started claiming she was never woke. Yep. She will lie like a drop of a hat. There's a guy named Aquarius something. I forgot his name. I guess his stage name on YouTube. He's pretty good. He breaks down a lot of these rats who are pulling fast ones on the right. That's hilarious, Hamilton. Candace Owens is basically the female Eric July, suckering right-wingers into amplifying them by saying things most black people don't. This is true. There's true, and they can't wait to have their nice black friend or black person to celebrate. The weakest on the right would do that. The weakest on the right would want that and need that in a lot of ways to try to disprove the claims that the right is racist. Who gives a fuck what people think? The left is racist. Muslims are racist. Biggest racist in the world. Blacks are racist. Far more racist than whites. Even blacks will admit that. So it's just, that doesn't work. And Mikey says, it'd be like Ripa non-artist telling artists what to do. Yep. I was watching it, but it's very difficult. Ethan EFAPing Eric July's video about where he's talking about his business. And guys, can you imagine if I sat here talking to you guys about what I do behind the scenes for Oink Comics in any capacity? I don't even see it. It's a technically business, sure, but it's just my stuff that I sell and organize, and it's not a marketplace thing that he's talking about. His business is YouTube. It's RipaTube. It really is. It's not. It's YouTube. It's his YouTube channel that he got the attention that he used to cash in on his audience for comics as a vanity project. It's a vanity company. It's not. People have vanity projects, vanity stories, comics. He has a vanity company. It's ridiculous. And there's no love there for comics. There's no love there for story at all. That's not his focus. That's not his passion. He has no passion. He has a cash-in attitude. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to mention, if you guys can, 1 second. I want to mention, if you can go to my website, boschfawson.com. Let me see if this is coming through here. Give me 1 second. Okay. boschfawson.com. If you guys can check it out, go to my store, and I have commissions there. I draw commissions, guys. You can ask me to draw um, drawings for you, whether comic book style drawings or logos or whatever you want. Let me know. I do that here. You can guys can order it there and then send me a message of what you want. I have a donate button. If you want me to continue, if you want to help me continue my work, you can donate to me here. If you'd like to help me to continue my work, you can make a one-time or monthly or yearly donation. Thank you. Check it out, guys. You can go there. And this is my Winnie Muhammad cartoon. The recreation of my Winnie Muhammad cartoon is only 3 of 20 left. Only 3 of 20 left, guys. Um, so check it out. And I think I mistook the number. I'm sorry. It's only 3 left, but it'll be 17. It'll be actually 18, 19, and 20 of 20. Apologize. I think I turned it around by mistake. The next one will be 18 of 20, and so far. There's only 3 left. Um, I also have Mohammad Photobomb cartoon offer. This is something that's really, I think it's fun. I think it's real fun. Where you send me a picture of yourselves and I draw Muhammad photobombing it. Um, Fun. It's fun stuff. And it's cheaper than most of my original art. It's 175. It's 8 by 10, 8 by 11 actually. And I draw you a cartoon version of you with Muhammad in the background, photobombing you. Here he's putting on lipstick. There he's about to kill. Here he's about to blow up with his tongue out. Fun stuff. And then, of course, I have my Muhammad cartoons volume 1 and 2. And I have about a dozen copies each. And this is an actual quote of Muhammad. Unlike Frank Miller, unfortunately, put a quote of Muhammad that doesn't exist. And I knew it as soon as I saw it. It goes, when you see the infidel, kill the infidels. That's not the way it goes. Kill the infidels where you find them. And also, I have been made victorious with terror. And if you notice, I gave him blood red eyes also. So yeah, guys, check it out. I do have a store, a website, bossfalston.com. And I have a good number left of my Muhammad flipbook. My Muhammad flipbook. It's a unique thing. One of the most unique things I think I've done. And of course, Pigman's in there. A flip book by Boss Falston. Check it out, guys. If you haven't gotten them, get them. I'm out of print of Peaceful Death Threats. I have this print still of Trump, the war-torn Trump. I also have my Pigman trading cards and my Muhammad trading cards. This is Pigman number 3 trading card, Punching Muhammad. So check out my store, guys, if you're interested. Mainly, I'm trying to push this, my recreations of my Muhammad cartoon. It's expensive. It's $500, but my life is expensive as well, and I almost died over it. So I think you can understand that. You can't draw me. That's why I draw you. Got a great reaction to that, man. Great. Art says, no, boss, that's reverse racism, like when I siphon gas from the station and it's reverse theft. If you could remind me what we were talking about, sorry, man. Okay. Yes, Hamilton Burger. Aquarius Wave is the guy on YouTube you were referring to, I think. Yes, yes, yes. I just got into him. I like some of the stuff. I don't like the way he tries to correctly pronounce Iran. Iran. Just say Iran, man. You don't have to try to. It's like Chicago. Chicago. I know that's, I guess, the way that, Chicagoans say it, but Chicago. Chicago. I don't need to do that. Iran. You don't have an accent. You don't have to put it on to try to. And also, I don't know. Don't show that shitty country respect. Call it Persia. If you want to insult it. Mikey says, I don't think he even likes comics at this point. Yep. I think he resents them because I think he's hating them. You know what I mean? I think he's hating them because what he's gone through and the reaction. The fact that he's crippled himself reputation-wise over them as well. He'll be gone from the comic book scene sooner than later. Let's just say that. I don't think, Mikey gets, I don't think he even likes comics at this point. All he talks about is business and can't even name his favorite run, writer, etc. He was a grift, 100%. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. He doesn't talk about comic book stories they love, that what made him become um, or whatever he is. He's not a comic book writer. I don't know what he is. You have those stories, you have those creators that you cannot help but discuss when you're talking about comics and also reviewing them. There's also something here that I find telling. You don't have to, you can condemn Disney for what they do. I do. And I'll still watch the FF. I'll still watch the Spider-Man movie. And I will get some satisfaction out of it, some entertainment out of it. Um, he doesn't watch any of these. He checked out on these, as he said, years ago. Where's the love of the characters? They're not all bad. Some of them are really, really good. I don't buy that. Meaning, if you love it, you would still find yourself going to try to find some value in it. Reading the old comics, if anything, getting those old stacks out and just reading them, the omnibuses and stuff. Not the omnibust, not the Ribberverse omnibus. I'm talking about omnibuses, real ones that have earned decades upon decades of work that are collected. Because they're really readable, unlike Eric's shit. Um, Hamilton Berger says Eric is insufferable because he doesn't have the slightest understanding of what he's talking about. It's true. He treats comics like he's playing Sim Warehouse Manager. Hilarious. Uh, Art says how black culture is incredibly racist. They sometimes justify it by claiming that's reverse racism, which they then say isn't real. Yes, much hibbity. Yes, yes, yes. And how about the idea where they say we can't be racist? Blacks can't be racist. It's one of the most racist things you can say. It's ridiculous. All races can be racist. All individuals can be racist. Um, and many are, unfortunately. Uh, the only systemic racism we have actually in the West right now is anti-white. That's the systemic, racism. Freedom, William Wallace, Bill W. Absolutely. All right, guys. Just wanted to remind you guys that I do have my recreation of my Muhammad cartoon. If you want to order it, you can do so at my store, bossfawson.com. I have a blog, I have a store there as well. And if you want to support my work, I have a donate button there. And also, I have these two. They were my last books outside of Table for One and Propaganda, which were available on my Pigman um, campaign, which I will sell at some point after I fulfill all the stuff, if I have any left over at that point. Um, and also this original art. I got this, my final cover, the one that I debuted on the final night of my Pigman campaign. Hit me up if you want the original art for it. Let me know. If anyone's interested, let me know. In the meantime, I'm just getting the remastered version done, a Pigman. I'm working on the other project, and I will be streaming every so often about these things. Thanks. Martin Kurakoa once just subbed. Support from the Caribbean. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Hope you like this stuff. I guess you do. Very, very cool. And again, my name is Bosch Falston. I'm a recovered Muslim. Um, I just closed my campaign, my first crowdfund campaign, Pigman, the anti-jihad superhero. I'm adapting a novel into a graphic novel. I've been working on that for close to 3 years now. And I've done thousands of political cartoons. And I'm also the winner of the Muhammad Cartoon Contest, which is on the cover of my first book here of my Muhammad Cartoons, Volume 1. You can't draw me, that's why I draw you. It's cool. All right, welcomes Martin. Hey, Martin, nice to have you here. Absolutely, it's always nice to have anyone new here. Appreciate it, guys. Mikey said, "Did you see the white girl in Minnesota going to jail for saying the N word?" Yeah, that's insane. I think that's white racism to the black man. He had no reason to be at it, and that's ridiculous. It's a word again that is used by blacks ad nauseum. It's on Apple Music, songs called "Nigger" and all this, right? And movies, Marvel, Disney, Netflix, Luke Cage. They threw the word "nigger" around like it's going out of style. When it's that excused in one way, to me, it's not the forbidden word that they claim it is. It's insane that this woman is being now she's being charged. She hasn't been arrested yet. She's being charged. Now, those who are charging her should be looked at as enemies of America because that's insane. She paid the price of being smeared as a racist and all this. And again, you can use that word. The way I see it, look, I use it if I'm discussing it. I don't like using it necessarily. I don't, but I will say it if it's being discussed about this issue. I don't like saying the N word. I don't like it. It's a cop out, really. And again, you give power to it by not saying it. The word is nigger. It can be said. It should be said, especially in a climate where blacks use it as a weapon and a shield. They can throw it around like nothing and then, oh, and also, don't you dare. It's like, nah, I don't make it, uh, you know, no word should be, you know, the word faggot. That shouldn't be taboo either. And, that word used to be used for non homosexuals, like weak guys, and even women, so it's terrible, terrible, Mikey. But again, the latest, at least from what I heard, is that she's being charged. She shouldn't be charged. It's just a word. No matter how butthurt the black guy was, who gives a fuck? And again, you cannot have a country where that word is used by only one group ad nauseum, calling each other that, calling whites that, calling, and using it in their music and movies and everything, and then pretending it's a forbidden word that cannot be said by another group. That's bullshit. I can't stand that. Um, Bill W., freedom of speech and press. Yes. Martin Korokoa, one, followed you on EBS. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hamilton Burger, great stream, Bosch. Have a good night. Thank you very much, man. Hamilton, thanks for being here, guys. I always appreciate it. I'm glad I got a good number of you here also. It's always cool, man. Art says it should be used more until no one cares. 100% Art. That word has too much power. That's why I use all the variants as well. That's the principle to me of why I draw Muhammad as much as I do. I want to depower it. I want to say, fuck you, first of all, for trying to murder me over this. And also make it the norm. Make it so common that you tire them out. They're like, "Ah, fuck, this guy keeps throwing it." And I believe that's why I used to get a lot more death threats before. I don't get them as much anymore. And I think part of it is like, I've exhausted them. I've drawn Muhammad over 700 times now for 20 years. I'm still here. They can't stop me. Well, they can murder me. Short of that, you know, no matter how much they threaten, no matter the fact that I survived a jihadist attack, I'm still drawing them. So you want to depower those things. You want to depower the word nigger. And again, it should be common. It was commonplace also, if you guys remember, on TV, 70s, right? I think all in the family, George Jefferson and the Jeffersons using that word casually. That was a good era in terms of not empowering, not giving that word such power that it could be at once omnipresent and forbidden. It's retarded. Um, oh my God, yeah, Mikey. I love when they give you shit for rapping along to a song if it's part of the song, 100%. And the word said, again, it's repeated so much, it's outrageous. outrageous to try to punish people who were singing along. Hey man, you put it in a song, and again, Apple, holier than thou. Fuck you. Uh, get the fuck out of here. You got songs with big letters "nigger" on the song. That's just, it meaning if it's as forbidden, it's in pop. It's available on your phone. It's Netflix again, Disney Plus, Luke Cage. It's all over that show. Disney, Marvel, pop culture, entertainment. It's not forbidden if it's in there. Art says that's why the AI song is hilarious, Mikey. He's just trying to sing his favorite song. There's some funny stuff, man, in that. But again, you want to depower it. You want to not give it the power that it has. It shouldn't have the power that it has at all. Draw Muhammad, the same thing. In a one-man effort, I've been trying to normalize it. I've been trying to make it so since everyone's not doing it. And again, I still get these rats in the chat sometimes, in Ethan's chat, like, he's drawing Muhammad again. It's like, bitch, if everyone was drawing him, I can see the complaint. No one's drawing him. Don't give me shit for that. Just don't. You know. Mikey says, LMAO art. Yeah, that's hilarious. It makes me want to rap and eat Burger King. Guys, man, pleasure being with you here with you guys. An hour and a half. Awesome, man. That went fucking fast. Guys, you take care. Thanks for being here. Thanks for also engaging with free speech, man. Free speech in every way. Whether it's words or cartoons, we have the right to express ourselves. To hell with anyone who wants to stop it, who wants to forbid it. No. Hamilton says, the right to say a word matters even if it is a word that one wouldn't personally use, 100%. Because if we let them ban words we wouldn't use, we have no leg to stand on when they go after words we do. Well put, absolutely true. And that's why also, one last thing before I go, the Trump administration retardedly trying to criminalize and actually criminalizing burning of flags. That's retarded. We have the freedom to do things that others find repugnant. We have the freedom to burn our own flags that we own. If burning someone else's flag, it's a matter of property. You shouldn't be able to do that. You should pay something for that. Pay a price for that. Burn your own flag. And I also want to see those who burn the flag, who hate America that much. Okay, I know that you hate America. We want to identify them. Don't throw them in jail. Because what will happen now is that Muslims will try to use that to try to criminalize burning the Quran in America. That's the possible step. We can't have that. We can't. So Trump, good, bad, good, bad, good. He's always doing that. He's always, bringing in Gazans. Why? And then Laura Loomer calls him out and they stop it. We need, by the way, a woman like Laura Loomer. Watchdog. She's a true watchdog. She's not an attack dog. She's not a lapdog. In a lot of ways, the leftist media and the right-wing media, we should not have a leftist right-wing media, by the way. It should be goddamn media, whatever it is. It's an objective news media, a truth-telling media. We should have that. She's out there to watch them and tell them, and she's hated for it. She's hated for it, but she makes the noise, and sometimes they make changes, man. That's power right there. It's very important. Art says, I've been thinking about the first time I drew him again. Still bothers me how terrified the kid next to me was. I know, man. It's the first death threat I gotta say, I was shaken. I was. The 1,000th, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't that funny. That wasn't that clever, and so on. But yeah, that first time, something else. Mikey says, Katie's going after a POS live too if you're staying up, Bosch. I will definitely check it out. Thanks, Mikey. Art says, I was in elementary school. My friend freaked out pre 9/11. I wonder where he got that fear from. Interesting, Art. That's interesting. Because to be honest, I didn't even know about the prohibition. I didn't. Thanks, Hamilton. Hit that like button, people. Please hit the like button, guys. Subscribe. Share it, on X. We have the right to say whatever the fuck we want. Um, and once you believe that you don't have that right, you lose your freedom. People say, well, you can't say that, you can't say that. You have sold out free speech on an individual level. And if you sell it out on an individual level, you sold it out ultimately. DJ Grave Mix, I've been disappointed, but what are you going to do? That's the thing. Have that many people, there'd be rats out there. You work for the Mossad about me, calling me a Jew and all this stuff. It's like, all right, man. Luke Rogenbuck, I'm here for it. Me too, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it, man. Yep, they're all over CG, DJ. Yep, absolutely, Art. They're always in the chat. They're pulling their shit, but I gotta say, there's no real. They don't seem to be corrupting the bulk of the chat. I don't think so, at least. They're ignored for the most part. Um, but again, they call me Mossad. They call me all this stuff, and I'm a bitch for Israel and stuff. It's like Israel is a civilizational ally of ours. We have to give them the respect that they deserve. They're surrounded by savages, and they still maintain their humanity. They're in a war, and they're still maintaining their humanity and trying to only kill the terrorists. Um, it's A lot of people sold them out, man. They sold them out. They were in a time of need. Rap fucks like Tucker and Candace pounced on them. It's like, what? You just pounced on this country who got attacked in one of the worst attacks we've seen since 9/11? For what? Um, Mikey Get says, that's retarded, and chat gives you shit for drawing Muhammad. I know, it really is creative freedom. They're not. Yeah, again, they roll their eyes like, oh, God, he's drawing Muhammad again. It's like, again, bitches, if everyone was doing it, I could see that. I'm the only one doing it regularly. The only one. It's crazy, but it's true. DJ Great Mix, people I've seen here for years I thought were cool. It's fucked up. It is DJ Great Mix, but again, it's to be expected. You get a wide variety of people there. And those people surely will not get Pigman. They won't back it. They won't support it. And they'll mock me also for Joe Muhammad, which is, I got to say, give me some due at least. I'm willing to put myself on the line for this. And I wouldn't want them to stop saying, I'm a Massadist. They have the right to say that. I could look at it and mock it and laugh, at times. But they have the right to say that. And we got to live with it. That's just the way it is. Guys, take care, man. Be well. And again, if you want some other work of mine, you can get my work at my store. I got about a dozen copies left of my Mohammad Cartoons Volume 1 and Volume 2. And 3 left only of my winning Muhammad cartoon. My winning Muhammad cartoon. You can't draw me, that's why I draw you. And I redraw it and sign a number it, recreation. It'll be 18 of 20, the next one. Whoever gets next. So guys, take care and be well. Until next time, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for the give and take. Really appreciate it. It was great. It was great having you guys here. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. Be well. Until next time. Thank you.